a website called All About the Teacher.
Hey, teacups, it's your girl Monica. I'm back after a joyful Christmas. How was everyone's Christmas? Comment in the chat. Let me know. I want to hear from y'all. We have a lot to cover in this hour. First up is Kenya Moore is shading Porsha Williams. She's saying that Porsha is using the Black Lives Matter protests for a storyline. She's also going after activist Tamika Mallory. Let me see who we have in the chat. We got a lot of people online with us already. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Veronica. Jermila, Mook, Debbie, HFG, Futhi, Roberta. Hey, Roberta. Special K Mills. Hey, Heidi, Social Enigma. Hi, Sweet Black 1982. I see you. Ebony Dix, Christina D. Stewie, Sincere, Aisha, Beautiful Soul, Pamela, Tracy Peoples. I see you, Tracy. Zaylene Turner, Lady B, Cassandra. Hey, Cassandra. Hey, girl. Linda Smith, Sincere 2K20. Zaylene, Shirley, BB Girl, welcome everyone. Can y'all hear me? Comment in the chat and let me know if y'all can hear me. Seems like everyone can hear me. All right, so let's just get into it. So Kenya Moore has been shading Porsha's Black Lives Matter activism and her multiple arrests, which we all saw on TV. You know, we all saw it. It came on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it didn't appear fake to me. And I highly doubt that Porsha sat around strategizing to make, Breonna Taylor a storyline, right? In a sneak peek for the upcoming episode, which won't air this Sunday because there's no new episode this Sunday. So the following Sunday, the Sunday after next, Kenya tells Candy that she thinks Porsha is getting arrested for a storyline. Okay. Now, I don't see Candy saying, no, I don't think that's true. Candy even smirks like maybe you got a point or something. Comment in the chat and let me know if you think Porsha is faking it for a storyline, because I don't see it. I don't think so. In my opinion, how I'm seeing it is that Kenya is jealous that Porsha actually has a real storyline, right? So after that clip went public and it was made public, activist Tamika Mallory came out to defend her girl Porsha. Tamika and Porsha have both been on the front lines fighting for, Black activism, Breonna Taylor, and the injustice of other Black people as well. And to me, it just does not seem fake. So Tamika Mallory came out. She made a statement in Porsha's defense. And here's what she said. She said, and then she was responding to a fan who was agreeing with Kenya that, yeah, Porsha is doing this for a storyline. Tamika said, you don't know what you're talking about and how Porsha got there. I called her and asked her to come after I saw her out in Atlanta protesting. Y'all always making statements like you know something to be fact when you don't know. To be clear, Porsha was nervous as hell and went back and forth before deciding to come. Deciding to get arrested. Yandy Smith, who she tagged Yandy in this message, who I also called to come, promised her they would stay together as much as possible. Porsha's family stayed nearby waiting for her to enter the entire time. The jail was cold and filthy. The cell was packed. The next time she came back for a protest, we marched onto a bridge and they sat down. I was not arrested that day. Porsha and Yandy understood their role of being there. There was to bring national attention to Breonna's murder. That's exactly why we called them for press. Okay. Porsha ended up being in jail for more than 12 hours. They kept her almost until the last woman was released. She was visibly shaken. Her courage is something most talkers would never do. I agree. And she continues to support our work. I hope none of y'all have a situation that calls for celebrities to help your loved ones. So that was Tamika's message. And Porsha responded to that message by reposting Tamika's message. And here's what Porsha said. Porsha said, "It really is sad that this had to be addressed. Thank you, Tamika Mallory, my leader and my sister in the struggle, for all you do first and foremost. However, I will say this. I am on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and most of the show is for entertainment. But when it comes to Black Lives Matter, let me be clear. I will not be reading anyone. I will not be shading anyone. I will not stoop down and give weight nor battle the topic of Black Lives Matter with a fellow Black woman on TV. Preach. I take it very serious. So all I will say is, Kenya, I will pray for you over the holidays, and maybe even I can be a beacon of light in your dark heart." Ouch. When it comes to anything Porsha related, or maybe I can enlighten you on the act of civil disobedience. I truly hope that in the next week episode, you are not questioning nor belittling the efforts of the very brave women and men all over the world who stood up and said no to justice. I think she means injustice, no peace, and have to fight because innocent Black men and women are being killed. I know we can do better than this. Let's stay focused. Vote, vote, vote. She gives a Black power sign and a heart. Is a hashtag Louisville 87, hashtag good trouble. Now I am going to bring my girl Plez on. Hey Plez.
Hey, how are you tonight?
How you doing? How you doing?
Good.
What do you think of this Kenya Moore versus Porsha? And it's really not even Kenya Moore versus Porsha, because Portia's not fighting back. She's basically saying, little girl, sit down. I'm going to pray for you. This is ridiculous. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I just want to be honest and say I actually am one of the few people I think who likes Kenya. Like, I've always been Team Kenya. I think for the most part on the show, especially early on, she was misunderstood and got a bad rap. But on this situation, you know, in Portia's own words, Kenya is going down the wrong road, wrong road. Black Lives Matter is a very serious movement, and we shouldn't make it the subject of fodder for a reality television show. Porsha, I follow her on social media. She was out there marching every day, pretty much from the beginning. She was one of the few Black celebrities who was openly vocal, who was out there supporting Black Lives Matter, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, everybody. And as Tamika D. Mallory said, that's part of grassroots activism. That's part of bringing attention to your message, is going to celebrities and other people to bring publicity, not a storyline, publicity. And I'm really sad, honestly, and offended that Kenya can't see that. Now, we know Bravo does some tricky editing, and I'm hoping maybe that's just what this preview is. However, if she is honestly questioning Porsha and her intentions in the movement, that's beyond a low blow, and even low for Kenya. And I'm actually really shocked. Where I'm from, how I was raised, we don't have, and when I say we, I mean the Black community, we don't have certain conversations in front of mixed company. And so I'm really sad that Kenya would go at Porsha and then indirectly go at Tamika D. Mallory, because Tamika has been nothing but a strong voice that this generation needs. Also, Porsha and Yandy were also ideal for this generation. You know, back in the 60s and 70s, we had Muhammad Ali, we had Ruby Dee and Ozzie Davis. We had different celebrities who would lend their names to our movements and our causes. And it seems like in the new age, more celebrities have become more guarded and I guess, you know, protecting their bags. So for Porsha to put her money, her influence on the line, I applaud Porsha, and Kenya's a loser on this one.
I totally agree. I couldn't agree more. And it seems like most people in the chat agree with us as well. It says Porsha was protesting in Atlanta all summer. That's the reason why Tamika called her, because she saw that she was out on the front lines in Atlanta. And she's like, look, let's take this more on a national level. You're a celebrity. If you show up, the cameras are sure, the press is going to show up. And I thought that was a smart move on Tamika's part.
Very smart.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Y'all want to move on to Ray J, or should we take some callers on this? Do y'all want to call in on this? Let me take some callers, because I know people want their voices heard on this. It's a very, I think, very important topic. A lot of times, you don't see Black Lives Matters topics like that on reality television, because like Porsha said, it's for entertainment, right? And it's messy. So for Porsha to say, you know what, I'm not even going to do this. I'm going to live my real life. Y'all really want to see me? Bring the cameras and have them follow me, because this is what I'm doing. I applaud her. I applaud her.
And mainstream media often shies away from these type of topics. Like I said, they don't want to alienate certain audiences, so they don't take the stances that they should firmly take in the name of human rights for everybody, not just one population. But in this population and in our country, Black America has been fighting this battle for 400 years. So it really is enough, and it's time for our allies and other people to join in and say it's enough. And if they aren't, Porsha and our other leaders will have to bring it to the forefront. And so again, I'm proud of Porsha. I don't know what Kenya is insinuating, but it's not good.
Right, I agree. Nessie says, so we all gonna act like Porsha is genuine about this whole movement when she said Candiace deserved to get beat up. Okay, let's just pretend. Well, she didn't say Candiace deserved to get beat up. Let's not mix up words. What she said was, sometimes, you know, people can be provoked, and we got to watch what we say. That's what she said, to be honest with you. What are your thoughts on that?
This is something that frustrates me. This is the same thought process of the Black people who say Black Lives Matter, or what about Chicago? That's not what the movement is about. Black Lives Matter specifically talks about police officers, people in power, people who we pay as citizens, people who are supposed to protect and serve unfairly and disproportionately attacking and committing violent acts against citizens that are 9 times out of 10, in most instances, unarmed. So Porsha, and we've seen Porsha in her own fights in the past and violent, quote unquote, violent incidents. Candice and Monique, that was a personal issue that unfortunately turned into a physical altercation. White people have physical altercations, y'all. You go to any bar in USA on a Saturday night and they get too much beer and they are fighting, throwing bar stools. So why do Black people have to have these,
stereotypes?
These stereotypes, but also unfair and unrealistic standards placed on us. And honestly, they're often placed on us by our own people.
Preach.
It was a fight, a one-on-one fight.
Exactly.
Porsha, Monique didn't have any type of authority or influence over Candiace. That's the difference between a police officer gunning down or, breaking down the door of a sleeping woman's home or, kneeling on a man who was already under arrest neck. Those are two completely different battles, and we got to do better. That's not the same.
Absolutely.
Apples and oranges.
Absolutely. I'm going to bring Trisha on. Hey, Trisha.
Hi.
Hi.
My name's pronounced Trisha.
Okay. Hi.
Hello.
Do you have comments on?
Well, a couple of things. I think that it's horrible for Kenya to go after Porsha in this way about this issue. But I also, commented in the chats a little bit ago. Isn't Porsha the one who didn't know and understand the Underground Railroad? Mm-hmm. So I think that there's a concern for some people, and I'm not saying that Kenya's coming from here. I think Kenya's place where she's coming from is completely different and from a negative place. But I think for some people, the question is she making noise or is she really wanting to make a difference? Does she just want to add to her storyline? Or is she really concerned about Breonna Taylor? Like you said, Plez, this is too important of an issue to be made fodder of in a reality show. So while I don't feel that Kenya's coming from a genuine place, I do feel that it's understandable that people are questioning, how is Kenya now, not Kenya, but how is Porsha now a leader, if you will, on racial issues when she didn't know and understand the Underground Railroad? That's a little, do you see where I'm coming from with that?
I do kind of see where you're coming from, but I think, again, this is more so on the population, right? We determine who our leaders are. Tamika D. Mallory is the leader, right? Mm-hmm. Porsha is the shiny light that gets the attention. Before this summer, I didn't know, and I call myself to be well-versed in things in my community. I didn't know who Tamika D. Mallory was on a national level. And to be fair, if we want people to have redemption, we can't hold them where they used to be. I was one of the first people who did not like Porsha. But to be fair, that comment was made over like 7 or 8 years ago. That was in like her first or second season on the show. So she has grown and she has matured. To me, the key is that she was out doing it on her own before the cameras were even there. Her, Dennis, her sister, they put on their masks and they went to march in the streets. As she said in her statement, Tamika D. Mallory said in her statements, talkers don't do that. She showed up. Right. Others didn't.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. And I totally agree with what you said about allowing people a space to grow. That was several years ago. She's a totally different person today. And I'm sorry. I have you. And to what Plez said as well, I didn't really know about Tamika B. Mallory until Porsha joined the protest. Okay. Then my eyes were open.
True. I agree with what you said. And I that was unfair of me. That was some time ago that happened. And in that time, she very well may have said to herself, you know what, you need to do better. And clearly she is. One other thing that I wanted to comment on that I really appreciate that you said, Plez, was, what is with all of this? How can we act this way as Black women? We're acting this way as Black women. Well, people have arguments. People have fights. And just because you're a Black woman doesn't mean that, you may not have an argument. One thing that I really wanted to say was Candiace. I remember her being really concerned that her wig was going to get pulled off. And that's why she said she was holding on for dear life, because she didn't want that to be the narrative. And I just thought to myself, you're concerned about how you looked as a Black woman with your wig being pulled off, but you have absolutely no concerns that you were antagonizing another Black woman to the point, because that's all that was. It was jealousy over her life, her husband, her home, all of these, things that they perceived as they wanted. And I wanted somebody to mention that to her, someone to say, how do you feel about the antagonism? How do you feel that you were pushing her to the point of where she popped? And when she did, you simply didn't like how she popped. That was ridiculous. And I just was wondering if anybody was going to pick up on that and mention that. You have no problem treating her with emotional abuse and disrespect. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, Candice, suffers from narcissism, bipolar. She's a plethora of mental health issues. And I'm not here to. Her mother said that. Yes.
Now, did her mother say that just to be mean? Because
I have no clue. I just know her mama said it, so I'm gonna roll with it. Because typically someone wouldn't say that unless that's an act. Her mother's is a psychologist, isn't she?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I can't imagine her mother mincing those type of words, but she's dealing with a plethora of mental health issues, and she can't see, the forest for the trees. She can't see outside of herself.
Is it mental health, or is she just really, really immature and needs to grow up? I think, she's like 32, 33, but she has this 18, 19-year-old emotional type of development, I guess you could say, her emotional maturity. I mean, mental health issues or what have you. I think in some way we all have them, whether it's depression or anxiety or what have you. But what you see from Candice, it seems to be just immaturity and childishness. I'm going to push you till I can't push you anymore. And then when somebody smacks that head, it's like, oh my gosh, what happened to me? I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I couldn't say whether she had health issues or not. But to me, she just seems like really, really effing childish.
Yep. I agree. Well, thank you so much for coming on today and sharing your comments. We appreciate you. Thank you.
I love the show. I just recently found out about you. I watched just 3 days ago, and I've been watching streams and streams. And I'm like, when is she going to have another stream? And then when I saw it, I was like, I've got to be able to call in. This is
my goodness. Well, definitely follow me on social media because I post when I'm going live, and you can hop on here anytime. We enjoy your commentary. And you're a beautiful woman. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you so much. I want to use this system for our church because we're trying to find a way to have prayer meeting and Bible study. And I think that this would be a great way to have Bible study and prayer meeting.
Absolutely. Yep. This and Zoom. Yep.
All right. I'm going to keep on watching. You guys have a great one.
Take care. Bye. I'm going to add Marcella. Hey, Marcella.
How are y'all? How was everybody? Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Listen, Porsha has grown from her experiences. She has went back and researched about her grandfather with the giving. Over the years, Porsha has been given. And I don't think that she was trying to imply that it was all right between the conflict of her and Monique. She was simply giving her opinion. And I think Kenya is running away with it. I just believe that before Kenya could bash Porsha, she needs to try to help the community because she has this platform. But you're not seeing this out of these women. And I don't think Porsha did this as a storyline. I believe she's very much involved. She wants to show her daughter an example of what a strong Black woman should do. And I also feel that Porsha is not doing it for the show. She is doing it because it's out of her heart. She did it in DC. She came to DC. She was marching in Atlanta, and 2021 is going to be the year of the Black women being leaders. We are. Our men are falling by the wayside. So now our Black women are coming in as Mama Bear. Look at Stacey Abrams. She didn't win that race in Georgia, but she didn't say, I didn't win. I put down my guns. Now she's out there saying, come and vote. Your voice needs to be heard. And Porsha is saying, my voice needs to be heard because now she has put society before she has put Dennis. All that other crazy stuff, she's put that aside. She's saying, I want PJ to see me like her great-great-grandfather as a leader. And that's what she's doing. And I applaud her.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Kenya clapped back at Tamika. And she threw some shade in there too towards Porsha. I'm going to go ahead and read Kenya's response. Okay. All right. Here we go. I'll put it on the screen like that. Can we see it? No. Yeah, can y'all see it or not really?
You're going to read it?
Yeah, I'll put it on the screen by itself. So Kenya posted this on her IG story after Tamika came to Porsha's defense. She said, thank you, Queen, for your comment to me, but my eyes and ears and my magna cum laude education are my only friends, not Google. I respect all the real and important work you do. And by the way, I was correct. Since many are fans of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, let's watch the entire season and decide what is real or fake, not just a clip from an episode yet to be aired. I'm not here to write a book / get ahead of a bad storyline / play victim / use a good cause to help a bad image. Speaking of Porsha, as a person you have always looked up to and always copies, you can't educate me on anything but how to install a good lace front and be a freak. Wow. No shade, as you said before, the dark heart comment. Please drive your Hey Kenya train onto the same tracks as the Underground Railroad you thought existed 5 minutes ago. Or when you begged producers to cut you out being bothered by Candy making progress for Black Lives Matter on your behalf. We see you for real. Oh, interesting that you asked people to vote, but excluded cast members in your voting PSA. Hashtag fake, hashtag pray for real, hashtag no violence means no violence, hashtag watch and see, hashtag don't come for me, hashtag I'm done now. Happy holidays, Kenya. Oh my goodness, y'all. Now that was on Christmas Eve that she posted that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell you, Kenya, talking about Porsha using this. Remember, she used the Me Too, saying that she had domestic violence, but then again, she would jump in Porsha's face. She would do all these things. Kenya has the jealousy syndrome. I mean, she's very jealous of what people accomplish. And because she says she has this Mata Kunde Lande, you're sounding like Wendy right now. She needs to stop that because she has not did anything only with that Me Too program. And she's not helping people in the community. She's very jealous and she needs to get off of that. And she's making up lies about who slept with who. It's like if she would have did it, then what? This woman has problems. Her and Candy need to be in the same boat.
Yep, I agree.
I think I feel a little different because just in the same sense that I didn't like her response. Again, I think some things just should not be fodder for gossip and shouldn't be tit for tat. It shouldn't be petty. And I'm team petty sometimes, but some stuff you shouldn't be petty about. And so Kenya is really, like I said before, rubbing me the wrong way on this one. And again, she's holding Porsha to the Underground Railroad statement. We all saw that. We all knew that. We all were aghast. But again, it's been so long ago. It's like, girl, is that all you have to say? Generally, she's the queen of reads, but I'm not feeling this one just at all. It's not a good look, to put the movement in this type of light, particularly for other people to jump in the conversations when you seek to delegitimize one piece of the movement, you seek to delegitimize the movement. And that's my problem with this.
That's correct, because we're in some times now that, hey, our president don't even want to step outside that office. He don't want to leave. And we got bigger fish to fry than getting on our sister. She needs to sit down with Porsha and find out what's the issue, move past it, or choose not to be friends and move on. But Kenya is treading a thin line with people, with real movements.
Well, for me too, Marcella, it's like it's coming off as jealous. I'm feeling a jealous air to it. It doesn't sound genuine. For you to bring up Porsha's Underground Railroad comment, calling it 5 minutes ago, just to refresh, just to bring it back to that, right? As if Porsha hasn't grown past that. That wasn't years ago. It just seems like she's jealous of the fact that Porsha's getting all this attention for her activism. That's how I'm reading it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kenya's gonna be gone. Her days are numbered because the people who's watching this show is going to devalue her because of this is a real movement. We have Black people out here being shot, hung, mistreated. Like y'all, today stops the unemployment. It's about to be people suffering, and Kenya is making fun of this woman who had a real movement, who thought if she invited some celebrities, then she can get more people to watch the movement. And that's exactly what happened. Porsha didn't plan to go to jail, but she made that video to say, if something happens to me, I love myself. I did not kill myself. So if they say I killed myself in jail, it did not happen. She strategically did this and made awareness come to Breonna Taylor. We are paying attention. We are definitely paying attention to things happening around us.
Absolutely. I'm going to bring Bernice onto the stream. Hey, Bernice.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine, and thank you, Monica.
You're welcome, honey.
I'm Team Twirl. What up, dope? Proud Detroiter. But I think Kenya is going the wrong route on this. I love her, but I wish she would rethink this, this scenario. I think that it's her whole advantage is to get people to watch the show. And she's going to say anything and do anything to get people to watch the show. But to go talk about Candiace, little silly butt, I think from the beginning of the season, she hasn't been a friend to Monique because when she invited you to the house for everybody to get together, you came there and you started talking smack and being disrespectful to the host. Behind the scenes, you pulled out the bug spray like you ain't never. They in the country, girl. You gonna see bugs. You was when you heard about Michael and the stripper, you didn't go and tell Monique and say, "Well, we need to discuss something with Ashley, and we're gonna do it in here." You didn't call it. You didn't say anything to her, and when she kept coming in, and you kept looking at her like she the stranger, but it's her house.
Mm-hmm. And good point.
Right, and when you found out about the plot, did you call Monique and say, "Girl, they're talking about your kids and your husband"? No, you didn't. You called Karen, and Karen told Monique. So for you to sit up here now and say that I really consider her my friend and everything, no, you didn't, because you didn't treat her like a friend. You treated her like an associate. You didn't look at her as a friend.
What are your thoughts on Kenya Moore going after Porsha and Black Lives Matter?
I think she's wrong for that. I'm Team Twirl, but she's wrong for that. No, some things you just don't comment on, and that's one thing she shouldn't have commented on.
Right.
No, she shouldn't have commented on that at all. No.
Yeah. All right, Miss Bernice, thank you for calling in.
You're welcome. Hey, Players, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, Marcel, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Okay, Mabel, thank you for waiting. What are your thoughts on Kenya Moore going after Porsha's Black Lives Matter activism?
Oh, Kenya. So this is my big thing. She's entitled to feel how she feels. She's definitely entitled to that. But there is no way that someone is going to put themselves in this situation to be arrested. So people in the chat before I got to the backstage were talking about, well, Tamika said she chose to get arrested. What I believe she meant when she said chose is when she came here, she chose knowing that she could be arrested. She could be put in jail. She knew that, and she still went into it with eyes wide open. It's not a storyline. It was a choice. Yeah, she chose. She knew what she was doing that day. She knew when she put that video out, like you said, Marcella, about if something should happen to me, I didn't kill myself. I didn't want to. That's not a joke. That's not a storyline. That's truth. And Now I don't like Kenya too much anyway because she reminds me a lot of Candiace. They seem like two peas in a pod sometimes. So I feel like it definitely could be jealousy. Kenya's going through her own issues right now, and she may feel like people aren't paying attention to her. So let me throw some shade on someone else. It's one thing to come after Porsha. It's another thing to come after someone who is in the community doing this all the time. You came after Tamika. Come on now.
Right.
That's a completely different story. And I'm surprised Porsha hasn't said more.
Right.
I'm glad. And I was discussing with my daughter, people keep bringing up the Underground Railroad thing. Porsha is not the same girl she was. She was a girl when she started. She's a woman now.
Right.
She's a mother.
Yes.
Things have changed. So I don't think she should be judged. But that's all I had to say. I love you guys. I hope you have a great night.
You too.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Miss Mabel. Have a great night.
And I think, I was just going to say, I think Mabel made a good point. We can't accept growth on one end and not accept growth on the other. Porsha also refused to go to strip clubs when she first came on the show. And now we know that she loves strip clubs and loves fun, allegedly, with women and everything else. So if she can grow on that end, she can grow on the Underground Railroad end too, y'all. Like, we can't keep people stuck in a box. She has matured. Honestly, she matured in her statement by saying she wasn't going to go back and forth with Kenya about this particular situation. When we all know normally Porsha would have something for Kenya's butt. She would be really ready to say something to Kenya, and she stood on her square and said, I'm not doing this. And so I think Porsha is winning in this situation.
I do too.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so Schoolboy's joining us tonight. I am going, she just stepped away for a minute, but I'm going to add her to the stream. Hey. You almost didn't make it.
Yeah, man. I left my keys at my girl house, had to go back. And down here in Texas, it's 30 minutes is a long time because everything is spread far apart. Nothing is right around the corner. So, but I made it. Just listening to what Mabel was saying about Kenya, I just don't understand Kenya's point in arguing about that, or even bringing that up. Like, you need to be focused on that man and why he don't want you, and please bring another storyline to the show that is not the same, because it just seems like she's repeating her storyline every single year too. Yeah, you're fighting back and forth with Mark, but what is there more to what you're doing? I just think she needs to bring something more than that. I don't know. To me personally, this whole season is missing something. I don't know what it is. It's just I'm not interested in it. Really not.
Yeah. Everything feels, besides Porsha's storyline, everything feels fake. Nothing feels genuine. All the stuff that, Candy going after Block for child support. Another fake storyline because Block don't have the money. And it's been over 18 years. Like, Candy, every time a season rolls around and she has nothing else going on, she brings up Block. I'm over that.
She made it seem like it was make or break, like she couldn't afford to send that girl to college. Like, come on. We know y'all.
We got the bishop in the house, y'all. We got the bishop.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, Bishop.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right. What are your thoughts on Kenya Moore going after Porsha Williams and her Black Lives Matter activism?
Kenya needs to take a page out of her own book and apply it to when she don't like people attacking her business. Don't attack Porsha's activism. Stay out of that. Whether or not you agree or you she's standing in the same plight for you. She's standing in the gap for you. So why is you blocking your own blessings for the bigger picture? You know what I mean? Whether you agree personally or disagree, that's to be determined outside of the show. But for you to do that, it's like you is a complete idiot for that, because it's like she's fighting for children like your daughter. You know what I mean? She's fighting for children that are, you know, for the future, and she's trying to do that. And whether or not you believe she's for real or not, it's just the fact, like, just leave it alone. That's something you could just left alone. Like she could have said, "Oh, she got thrown in jail again," like she was referring to the reunion. She could have made a little joke like that and left it alone, left it for to be, you know, like, is she talking about the reunion or is she talking about the other thing? You know, she could have left that, but then when she kept going, it's like, please, like, stop, you stupid. Like you look crazy because now you're gonna be a complete villain.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then Phaedra was the great equalizer to keep. I know why Phaedra was there, to make sure she kept the balance, so that way one person don't go all the way to villain mode. Right. Because now she's in complete villain mode where she's losing friends like Cynthia, and it's like even Candy, like, I don't know about you. I didn't know this side of you. Yeah, because Candy, you ran off Phaedra. We needed Phaedra to keep this great equalizer going.
Mm-hmm.
But
absolutely, yeah, I miss Phaedra. I mean, too. I was never a big Phaedra fan when she was on the show, but oh my God, I didn't realize the role she played until she was gone.
Yep.
Really? I still don't miss her. I'm sorry. I never liked Phaedra. But Kenya is really, you know, epitomizing the motto. It's provocative. It gets it going right now. And that's what I think she does. Anything that's provocative, anything that will bring some type of, you know, quote unquote excitement to the show, she's willing to do it. And I just think there should be a line. And like Schoolboy was saying earlier, I have not been impressed with these last 3 episodes. I'm not surprised that they're dropping in ratings, because nothing, honestly, outside of Porsha and Drew's crazy husband, nothing has been interesting at all.
But even though we don't like Phaedra brought more than just her shade. She brought like businesses. She brought her family. I still want to see the finishing product of her and Apollo, even though we missed most of it. But I want to see how her reaction is with him and his new soon-to-be wife. I don't know if he married to her yet, but I want to see her reaction on that, and then see how the co-parenting thing is going. Because outside these other women, outside of Porsha and somewhat Candy, but Candy storyline getting kind of dry. I want to see something different. Well, see, like Sheree is gone. She need to come back too.
I want to add the people want to know. Hey, the people want to know. I wanted to add you to the chat.
Hey, I'm so happy that I'm here on the red couch. I am so honored.
How you doing?
I'm good. How about you, Monica?
Doing well.
Good.
What are your thoughts on Kenya going after Porsha and her Black Lives Matter activism?
Now, the thing was, I was going to talk about this on my podcast, but I was like, if I can get up here, I ain't got to worry about that, because I really feel like it's very like disrespectful, and it's very disheartening, because it's like you're attacking something that's like, okay, like when Nene says you're good for the show, we understand that, like, you know, you do anything, like any type of promo, any type of publicity to get somebody to watch, because y'all know this is going to be a dry season to that whole stripper gate situation. But like the can of worms already been bust out the bag. Like the man said, it ain't never happened. So it's like, you know, yeah, Tanya Matter went back to Canada, but who's to say that she works in the IT field? Who's to say she ain't have to go to work? You know, I'm just a friend of the show. I'm just here to pop in and out. You get me? So it's kind of like that storyline has like diminished. So therefore, you're trying to attack this woman. Then when you throw Tamika in there, that's like you're like I forgot your name, lovely. What was your name again? You're on the panel. I forgot your name.
Flash.
Yes, like what you were saying. Like she went too far. Like it's like you're dismantling like a whole movement. You know, you didn't want nobody to disrespect you about your Me Too movement when you brought it, you know, and it's not the first time we've seen activism. Look at Phaedra. Phaedra did the activism first, to be honest, you know, and it's like Sheree, it rubbed off on Sheree to where they did the South Africa trip. You know, so, and that was a, you know, great trip. You know, they came to a resolution and some more stuff. And I feel like every time they do like a trip, like a cash trip, they try to come to a resolution, and then Kenya just knocks over a good bucket of milk every single time.
That's true. That's
every
true.
single time. And I can say this, I love Nene, that's my girl, but I feel like she should go ahead and just pay the Detroit school like Kenya did, even though Kenya was making it a mockery, but go ahead and just pay that and be done with it. Because she's talking about, I can forgive Marlo for talking about my mom, but I can't forgive Nene for trying to spit at me and not give the money to the kids in Detroit. Girl, stop.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for calling in. I mean,
no problem.
We chat on Instagram all the time, and I'm like, listen, you need to call in and share your thoughts.
Yes.
You got a lot to
and
say.
I can say this, Phaedra does need to come back because Candy too comfortable. She's too comfortable.
Yeah.
That's why her storyline, because her mama ain't bringing nothing no more, because that's what carried Candy, no shade. Her mama was, Mama Joyce was carrying her. When her, I thought her and King was gonna fall out when King said, oh, you got that tired Mama Joyce wig on. And I'm like, okay, is y'all really gonna fall out or no? And they didn't. And it's like you can tell like the alliance is a little shaky this season too, because like he said, Candy was looking at King like, hold on, girl, let me put this biscuit down. You're doing too much.
Right.
Black Lives Matter. And Candy was like, I'm trying to talk about Block. I ain't trying to talk about Black Lives Matter.
All right.
And Candy got the money. She got the money. So she don't need nothing from Block. Thank you so much, Monica. I'll talk to you again. I appreciate the opportunity.
Okay, child. I'll call you. All right, honey.
Okay.
Bye. All right, schoolboy's back. Let's talk about Ray J. Have y'all seen what's been going on with Ray J?
Unfortunately.
This is so sad. Ray J is cheating on his wife with one of the former Bad Girls Club stars, Sarah Oliver. Okay, let me pull her picture up because that's who he's cheating on his wife with. Let's get into it. So Ray J is one of the executive producers over at Zeus, and they are rebooting the Bad Girls Club reunion, bringing all these girls back in the house together to confront each other and fight and tear each other's hair out. And a clip of Ray J hugging on and kissing on Sarah has gone viral. I'm gonna go ahead and play that clip so we can see it real quick.
Get the checklist. I like Gorilla Glue some fire OG. You ain't got fire OG. Wait, hold on. I'm talking.
Cookies.
Hold on. Hold on.
On Instagram.
Cookies all day.
That's Instagram.
Hey man, you sitting on my goddamn couch.
Yeah, you
holding her ass like an egg.
I ain't on Instagram. Instagram ain't like you though. Hey yo, Instagram ain't like you though.
Bad Girls Club.
Oh man, I gotta do a reunion, man, in like a week or two.
Get me out the way.
You know what I'm saying? Hell no.
What you mean fun?
Get me out the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so Ray J is really wilding out. Tasha K had broke a story months ago about Ray J, cheating on his wife and doing the nose candy, the powdered donuts. I didn't believe it because he always looked so clean cut to me and put together. But now he's starting to look dusty. Apparently the alleged drugs are getting to him because he don't even look the same no more. What are your plans? Please weigh in on this.
I'm always at all when people have the world at their disposal, the things that they pick out of that world. She's 32. That's what I got from it. She's 32, and I just, anytime I always want to go up, y'all. It's supposed to be onward and upward. That should be your motto: onward and upward in all things. And that's about all I can say. It's a downgrade for me.
What I had to say on it, I remember again, Tasha K, she was talking about he was sleeping with one of the castmates of Bad Girls Club when she was interviewing Jayla. I heard some of the castmates are sleeping with the producers to get a higher role, and Jada's like, it's true, but I ain't saying who's who, so I'm not gonna say anything. And I had a feeling it was her, but when he was kissing her, I'm like, man, you kissing all of Atlanta.
Yeah,
you kissing everybody in Atlanta. And I'm like, wow. But I'm not surprised because I knew he was on substance. I heard that for years, even before Tasha K even said anything. Because even if you watch him on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, he just all over the place. 1 minute on one of the reunions, he's a pastor. The next minute he's cheating on his girl with this, that, and third. Then he's the doting husband. I'm like, bro, you need to pick a role and stick with it. Because like you a different character every season. So it's like, what is going on? So I kind of figured that he was on something because it was all over the place.
Schoolboy, weigh in on this. What are your thoughts?
Ooh, well, first of all, Ray J's a PK kid. That's number one. Let's put that 100% out there. He's a PK kid. Heard a word on the curb a long time ago. Daddy was out there slipping and dipping back in the day too. That they have a sibling that's in between him and Brandy, but that's besides the point. So, as far as he's concerned, I mean, she's still okay. The wife is still considering having a child with him, a third child,
right?
Even though he's out here, sleeping with another woman. So it just really, I feel like Ray J never really grew up. That's because Sonya and Brandy always stepped in and never made him take accountability for who he was as a man. I think that's one bit of his problem because Sonya, she thinks she run everything. Well, she do run everything as far as that is concerned. He did muscle Princess back in by lying to her and telling her he was going to get back with her. And then all of a sudden he threw them divorce papers back out. That's because there is no prenup. So you got it's a lot for him to lose on the end of not being with her. And then Sarah Oliver, we all know she a thought box. So I don't, Ray J on that nose candy, heard he do Adderall, heard he like run around with prostitutes in Vegas. Let him live his life. I don't think he ever was a person to be married. He never was ready to be married in the first place. I think she badgered him into marriage because that's what she wanted him to do. He was dumb enough to do it, and then now he's done it without a prenup. So I just think at this point, they deserve each other. So if you're going to let him cheat, and then you're going to have an additional child with him to continue to secure the bag, I don't feel sorry for nobody involved. I just hope you don't end up with something that penicillin does not cure.
Well said. Well said. She filed for divorce first. He talked her out of the divorce. Sweet talked her, told her he wanted to work on the marriage. And then he sneakily ran off and filed behind her back because the person that files has the upper hand.
Bingo.
So that was that motive, and that was real slick. He don't want to be with her, but now she's talking about having a third child, and she wants him to be the father, and they've been seen around town together recently. Ray J and Princess Love. So it's just so messy. It really, really is.
I have a question though.
Yes.
So you saying Moesha was loosely based off her dad's and mom's life? Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah, from what I've heard, that's very old nostalgic back in the day, T. But they supposedly do have a sibling because Willie liked to dip his Willie outside the marriage, which is believable because Sonya's a little. I don't know how he married to Sonya, but
she mean.
Hey, she was able to keep Brandy's brand, I think, as the clean and whistle. Where to me it's kind of like when her and Monica came out, Monica had more of the rougher edge because that's who Monica was, and Brandy had the soft-spoken pop star. They kept the thing going on until So the rabbit hole goes deep. I just think that Ray J just never. I mean, if you push that woman in the pool on season 1.
Yeah,
that told us everything we needed to know then. I don't know why she married that fool.
But I don't feel bad for her because when he was involved with Tierra Marie and all of a sudden she came in out of the woodwork and leaving Floyd, it's how you start. It's how you lose.
What happened was she was breaking up with Floyd, and I guess he started creeping with her behind the Floyd thing, and it's just everybody pass around in the industry. That's how I look at everybody that slept with everybody. So you might as well just get a whole STD panel because you don't know who done had who.
Oh, it's too much. Too much.
It's too
I
much.
knew something was up when Ray J was dating Whitney. Anyone that sleeps with Whitney has to be doing something, right?
You on that candy.
Yeah. And then she was like 25 years his senior.
It takes Candy Girl to a whole nother level, don't it?
Sure.
Candy Girl. Oh my! You look so sweet.
What did Rick James say? It's one hell of a drug. Fame is one hell of a drug. It's one hell
Yeah,
of a
he
drug.
was real about that. See,
And
I
he
like.
was showing out at her funeral too. Didn't he throw himself on the coffin too? Acting all crazy.
Yeah, that was yeah.
Who did that?
Ray J.
Yeah,
Ray J did show up and show out for that funeral though.
Child,
Oh my God.
I'm trying to tell you. He threw himself on that coffin, on Whitney's coffin. So I knew something was up a long time ago because anyone messing with Whitney at that time, I mean, you had to be doing some things hardcore too behind the scenes. So should Princess leave him? Y'all comment in the chat. Should Princess stay? Should she leave? What are your thoughts on Ray J messing around with this Bad Girls Club Fox?
I guess he can't say he hit that first for her, for Sarah.
He's a hot mess, and I just cannot believe he ain't had a hit since One Wish. We still trying to figure out what's going on. We still don't understand.
We want to know what the wish was.
Well, we know now.
Right. The wish was to get off that nose candy. That was the wish.
At least his businesses and his Raycons are doing well.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
And his glasses.
He took his love and hip hop checks and he did some good with it, unlike others. So I can't get mad at him on that. He's done better than most that are still needing the check.
Indeed.
But the way at his rate, he gonna spend it all on child support and women
and the sugars.
I'm gonna add Princess AV to the chat. Hey, Princess.
Hey, how you
Hey,
doing?
everybody.
Hey.
Now, I was trying to sit down in my little pajamas and be quiet and be a good girl and watch y'all on this panel. But y'all done got me now. So I'm going to say the following comments are not of allaboutthetea.com, but belong to Princess AV in the house of the princess. In case y'all want to come. Look, we all know. We all know Ray J, he do crack. She do crack. They do cocaine. All of them. You can go way back and pay attention that these people is doing some drugs. He pushed her in the pool. She deserved it. She been fighting him. I do not believe being in a relationship and putting your hands on one another. Do not tear my stuff up. I have a problem. Don't touch my clothes. Don't touch my car that I done worked hard for. Don't tear up my house. So they like to play these games. And then I believe part of that was for a check so that they could keep having a storyline on Love and Hip Hop. So yes, now he done invested it and evolved, but he couldn't stay in that good guy lane for too long. He needed that to get on the Soul Train Awards or whatever. But Ray J is a hoe, okay? If you look at the unsung, he said he was gang banging and hoeing and selling drugs. What you need to do that for when you had a guest spot on Moesha? Like, that was dumb. Your mama is your manager and you were getting residuals from your whole family. So to even go down that road just to get some type of validation was silly. He's selling weed. He's selling hoes. He's selling all this down in Vegas. He's there in the pinnacle of doing everything. So when you watch the conversation, those who don't pay that $3.99 for Zeus, I'm telling you, that Ratchet TV
is worth it.
Investment
It is worth it. I will say that. Yeah.
It is worth it.
Yeah.
If you watch
you
the
entertained.
conversation, he couldn't sit down. He was all like, I'm like, what kind of crack was he doing that? He could not stay still. He had to get up. They couldn't hold the whole sentence. It was frustrating me. And we had 3 episodes of I'm really high the whole time. And last week I finally watched the Bad Girls Club, and the whole time all you hear is you know, you couldn't even understand what they were trying to get at. So you knew they was high. So they all in there together, them 2 crackheads doing what they need to do together. Princess is getting residuals off them crackhead checks, and that's what's keeping her, because I don't see her clothes out here for sale. I don't know what she does, okay? You don't let this man probably mess up your body, and you don't know where to go. You don't have no identity without this man. I feel bad for her, but at the same time, I don't. If you're gonna get them checks, just shut up. Go get you another man, or go. Y'all need to figure out a plan with this teamwork and just be good. Just be good.
Right, exactly. Well said. I couldn't say it any better.
Crackhead checks.
Crackhead check.
I mean, that's one thing. Zeus goes to another level that, I like ratchet ghetto shit, but I just can't do Zeus. I can't. I'm sorry. I feel like I lose brain cells. I can't go that far. I used to do Bad Girls Club back in the day, and it got to a level, to a point where I just like, you losing brain cells, fooling with this shit right here. Leave it alone. I can't go there because I just know. And then the whole thing about him was that he set the wife up. He tells her, "Oh, I'm gonna get back with you." Then puts her on executive producer of that deal that they had with Zeus to make so she had income so that she couldn't break his pockets in a divorce. So it was a setup. It was a setup by Sonya, because I don't believe Brazier that damn smart. He ain't.
No, he's not.
No. She orchestrated the whole thing.
She orchestrated them in. Okay, well, tell her what you need to do, and then when y'all go back to court, you file first, so you can have the upper hand. Y'all in California, community property. So this is what we gonna do. He set that girl up. Now, do I feel sorry for her? Hell no, because you shouldn't have been fooling around with her.
She should have hired Lisa Bloom or somebody like that.
Lisa Bloom, money. Ambulance chaser. That ain't good. You need to get somebody to know their job. That ain't.
Lisa just do press conferences, and then you don't hear nothing else about
Lisa
it.
Ain't the one. Tasha K even said Lisa Bloom ain't it. I wouldn't give Lisa Bloom to defend my dog. I wouldn't even give her. No.
Yeah, the only thing she know how to do is settle, and go after rich people. That's it.
Her and her mama Gloria all red. They both about that.
Two peas in a pod. All right, Princess. Thank you so much. You know what? Hang out in the backstage. I'm gonna bring you back.
Okay, I will. I won't put my pajamas back on.
I'm gonna bring Alex Hampton on here. Hi, Alex.
What's up? How are you guys?
Good. How are you? What are you doing tonight? What are you up to?
Oh, I just got home from work, and then I'm just about to enjoy myself with some herbs, if you know what I mean.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. Get that on. Get that on.
Well, do you, boo? Do you? Yes.
What do I do?
What are your thoughts on Kenya Moore going after Porsha, Ray J chasing this Bad Girls Club bot? What are your thoughts?
Okay, so the Kenya versus Porsha thing. Now, just to refresh my memory, Kenya basically said Porsha is like doing something just for TV. It's not real. She's just doing it for attention.
The protest, getting arrested. Yeah, getting arrested. Her activism, Black Lives Matter.
I don't know. A part of me feels like Kenya is hating with that one. But I did see on the trailer that they did, I don't know if it was Cynthia or Kenya. She was like, if you know something isn't going anywhere, why do you continue to do it? So that's what she said in the season. I feel like Kenya, I don't know why she's even talking about that, to be honest with you. Just leave Porsha alone. If she wants to protest, let her protest. If it's fake, if she's trying to do a storyline or whatever, hey, it gets awareness out there. So win-win situation for me. But I mean, as a viewer, I just know for me, and other viewers too, I think we don't really want to see that on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, just because we already relived all of that a few months ago, and it's just okay, a part of me feels like Porsha might be doing it as a distraction for other things going on in her life, but I don't know. All I know is that with Potomac, with the whole thing, I'm really shocked about I guess the Chris Samuels giving Jamal 32 or 72 hours to apologize. That's right? That's what I heard.
Yeah. Yep. That's what he got. 72 hours. Yep. We covered that in the last video. Yeah.
Oh, you did? Oh,
we read the whole cease and desist and everything.
Oh shit. So has Jamal said anything about that?
He's gone. Cricket's pretty much gone into hiding. He's over at New Birth hiding under a pew or something. No one's heard from him or seen him.
I know Jamal is
actually,
mad
I
hard.
have heard.
Oh, the bishop chime in. The bishop's heard.
Yeah, I've heard he's with Candiace doing an origami Kleenex.
Probably. Oh my God.
He's about to lose all that money.
It's like, okay, if you're a victim, be a victim. But like even when like Monique was going back with Giselle and like Candiace is saying all this stuff on the side, it's like, shut up. Like, shut up. She was not talking to you. So I honestly feel like Giselle is so mad at Jamal. Like you have to, because Jamal or Giselle told Jamal not to say anything. And like Jamal did it. And like basically this is the worst case scenario that could possibly happen. So
yeah. I know. Yeah. She set him up. She set him up. Listen, Sunday's episode is going to be epic, 90 minutes. You got to watch it. And then come back here Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern, where, you know, I and the panel, we break down that episode. And let me tell you, Monday's show is going to be epic. You don't want to miss Monday's YouTube show.
Okay, for sure. I just found your channel. This is my first time I ever like called in. So I just called. So if I seem like, oh, like, I don't know, like where you guys are talking about, it's literally because I just popped in real quick. So yeah.
Listen, better than not popping in, right?
Yeah. Thank you for having me. I'll call in on Monday. Talk about
Yes. Please do. Please do. Monday's show is going to be epic. Epic. You have a great night and enjoy your medicinals, okay?
I will. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right. I'm going to add Makia to the chat. Makia, hi.
Oh, Mika. I'm sorry. I was on my phone. I've been waiting. It's Mika. I know they always say Makia. I wanted to comment on the Kenya and Porsha thing, but then you start talking about Ray J. So, so let me say something. But Kenya, she's fighting a losing battle. Tamika Maury, her voice is powerful for us. She's the voice that speaks for us. She needs to leave that one alone, because Tamika Maury said out her own mouth that she invited Porsha and Yandy to help bring awareness to the Breonna Taylor situation. So Kenya don't have a leg to stand on that. When it comes to Ray J, I just think that he was abused. You know, he came in the industry at a very young age. So, you know, the snorting the coke and all that. And then what? Whitney was like 100 years older than him already. So it just seemed like some type of pedophilia going on. Like, you know, so, and then too, when it comes to Princess, you know, the way you get him, the way you lose him, because as I remember, he was messing with Tierra Marie first, and then, you know, he left Tierra Marie for her. Tierra Marie, she dodged the whole bullet. I'm glad she did it, because I was rooting for Tierra. So Princess, she does her own grave with that. Hopefully she can get a check, but I don't know what kind of checks Ray J is pulling in besides snorting, because he's spending it on coke and hope. I mean, excuse me, come on.
You know, pros, they pros.
Yeah, you know, when you get into that industry, you have to sleep with these women. It's like a rite of passage. So he got to do what he doing. If he don't do it, he can't get that contract that he needs. You know what I mean? Because Princess, I don't know about looks. I don't know how Princess inner self is, but he tripping because Princess is a beautiful woman.
Princess is his mama all over again. She looks just like her. Look just like the mama. She looked more like. She looked more like. She looked more like the mother than Brandy looked like her own mama. When I seen that, I'm like, they both mean too. They had a permanent scowl on their face. Like, I'm like, dang.
They do. So. I just hope Princess can get a check from this. But like as a woman, you know, I'm like an independent woman. I'm not relying on no man as no check. So I think she needs to start building her own platform at this moment and leave him where he at, because he's going down a deep hole, especially when you're snorting that coke and everything. That ain't good.
Okay, girl.
That's what I say, y'all. Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, love. Bye. Excuse me, y'all. I also want to touch on some other stuff. Candiace recently made some comments going after Porsha. You know, she's mad that Porsha is taking Monique's side in the fight. She don't like that. So she spoke to Page Six and she made some very disparaging comments about Porsha. She said, I don't know Porsha. I've never met her. I know her through the television like everyone else. And I never had an issue prior to being sent a clip of her on chat room with my castmate Giselle lying and spreading false information, damning, defaming information about me, and alleging I was trying to sue Monique to secure a down payment on my home, quote unquote. She goes, yep. So you remember when Porsha said on the chat room, it was a December 6th episode, and she said she felt like the whole reason Candiace was suing Monique was to pay for her mom's house. She was suing because it was a money grab. All right, let's talk about that, y'all. Let's chime in. The Bishop, what are your thoughts?
She barking up the wrong tree. She trying to get popped for real. She don't know. Why is she going after the around the way girls? You got to remember these ladies are real women. I mean, when I say real, they themselves to the T. And the thing about it is, this is why everybody likes Monique and Porsha, because they're relatable. They're like the cool chick that you like to be around. But I'm like, but also when you keep poking people like Monique and Porsha, it ain't TV no more for them.
Right.
It ain't. And I'm like, why is you? I'm like, she said, I ain't had no problem with her. I thought you was against violence. I'm confused by that now. Porsha yanked Kenya down. So what you didn't have no problem with that? So that lets me know you don't have a problem with violence. You only have a problem with it if you can capture it on TV and it's happening to you. That's what's letting me know. You're not traumatized. I don't want to hear no about traumatized. And they're animals. Okay. Okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
But we literally have the proof. Monique posted the letter from Candiace's attorney to Monique stating, listen, if you don't respond to us, this is going to turn civil. Civil meaning as we're going to sue you in civil court. Right? We got the proof. Plus, what are your thoughts?
Miss Dorothy sent her.
Well, Dorothy definitely sent her.
She's tired of paying for stuff.
I don't know. Did you say the part, Monica, yet about her attacking Porsha's upbringing? No. That was really my issue with it. When she said it must be something about the way Porsha was raised, that is part of why Candiace is in the predicament that she is in. Her mouth always writes these checks that nothing else can cash. You can't go around attacking people's upbringing, their parents, and all of these things and not want anybody to attack you or your parents. And we all know the reason why you are the way you are is a direct reflection of Dorothy and her parenting or the lack thereof. Candiace really needs to watch her mouth, and it shows just how petty and immature she is. Anyone who isn't on her side, anyone who has their own opinion is somehow wrong or ghetto or damaged goods. And it's like, girl, no, you do too much. And this is an example of her doing too much when no one asked her all of that. Porsha is on a show where she has to give her opinion. And Monica, as you said, a civil lawsuit. Now, mind you, as we already know, her ambulance chaser lawyer was just making idle threats. But yes, a civil lawsuit is one where you sue for a civil judgment or settlement, which is money. Now, what I think they were trying to do is not make the civil, hold the civil back, but do the criminal in the hopes that they would get some type of, maybe bully Monique into doing a plea deal and, making restitution or some type of criminal judgment, because once you have that criminal in hand, it makes the civil easier. You know what I'm saying? One court has found you quote unquote guilty, or you took a plea deal, which means you're accepting guilt. And then you can roll into civil court, and the judge is going to pretty much look at that, because the standard of proof in civil court, people always get this mixed up. The standard of proof in civil court is only the preponderance of the evidence. It's not like in criminal court where you have to be beyond a reasonable doubt. So in civil court, there's usually not a jury. There's one judge who weighs all of the information and then makes the decision of, by the preponderance of the evidence, you did this. And if you have a criminal finding against you, it pretty much is clear cut that you did it. Now the only determination is how much money you owe this person. So
exactly.
If it's Monique's belief that she was doing it as a money grab, then it's her right to make that as her opinion.
And she stated, it's in my opinion. She wasn't giving anything as fact. Schoolboy, weigh in on this. What are your thoughts?
I think she's reaching. You know, Candice is reaching for these moments with people. And it's gone to a point where, for me, it's pathetic. We're at a point where it's pathetic with me. You know, I didn't really have an issue with Candice when she first came on the show. I just feel as Candice is getting more, as the seasons are going on and on and on and on. My question is to Bravo and to Andy. Well, how damn long are y'all gonna keep letting this go on? Are y'all gonna let this get to a Kelly Dodd point? Are y'all gonna let this get to a Luann Ducep's point? Like, how far are we gonna keep going with this point of her acting a fool online? My thing is, whatever Porsha says on Bravo chat room, that's her opinion. Just like when people get on blogs and they watch certain things, it's the blogger's opinion. Of course, to anyone, everybody is going to be biased. Okay, Monique and her are friends. They've all hung out. They went on family vacations together. People need to get over it. Just like any other housewife is friends with other housewives of other branches, she needs to get over that. Candice's problem is that she wants this narrative to be pushed that she is the victim, the victim, the victim, the victim. Okay, sweetie, it's been 2 years. Okay, if you have not went to enough therapy and it has not healed you to a certain point, then that lets me know that you're not doing the work in therapy. You just want to be seen for TV purposes. My question is for Andy and then, well, how long y'all gonna keep letting this ride this out? Because from my consensus of what I've been seeing on Twitter is that anybody that watches Potomac is tired. We're tired of how long this fight has drawn out. That was the entire season. We saw nothing of anybody else's storyline that was consistent. Don't get me wrong. You know, Karen opening her businesses in Ladom and all that. That's cool. And you and Karen, you and Ray having y'all little issues. Okay. I could take or leave that as well. Monique, we really didn't get to see anything besides the fight because, hell, 5 episodes in, she was like, I'm not doing this no more. I don't need this check. So that's another. Then you got Robin faking this engagement because I have not seen her with that engagement ring on since Juan has put that on her finger at the last episode. We have not heard about a date set. We ain't heard about a venue. We ain't even heard about Justice of the Peace going down to that hovel that they townhouse that they got down in PG County. So we're trying to understand where are they going with the plot lines with this season. But Candice just needs to shut up. I want her to shut up. Matter of fact, I want Twitter to mute her damn account along with 45s. Please mute them both. I don't even want to see nothing from Candice no more. I don't even want her to say anything because now it's bullying. My thing is Candice feels that she's untouchable. Now, as you remember, there has been a lot of celebrities that have gotten attacked since we've been in quarantine. Houses have been broken into. I know exactly where Candice lives, and she's not in a gated community. Matter of fact, she's on the cusp between the hood and PG County. She's not at a point that she cannot get touched or somebody can't just roll up and know where her address is and beat her down. She needs to quit talking to people crazy on the internet. This is including fans and as well as attacking other people. I don't think Porsha will allow her to take her out of the character because Porsha has grown so much. I think Porsha may go back and forth for her a few times, but I don't think Portia's really going to give it that much energy. But I need Candice to stop because she's going to get beat up. And it's going to be a fan or somebody that's gotten so obsessed with the show because there's so many people that are so obsessed with it. They're going to attack her and beat her down. She does. Does she not realize where she lives? I know that city very well. And ain't nobody scared to go to jail down there. I need her to understand you are not behind the gated community, ma'am. You are out here talking to people crazy online, and I really would hate to see something bad happen to her, but she's on that verge.
She is. All it takes is one crazy fan. You know, these fans they get deep into it, right? And you got a crazy fan that didn't take their medication that day and they're triggered and they see her. Let me tell you, it's gonna be a Monique 0.4.0 all over again. You know,
I think it's gonna be a Chris Samuels because it ain't gonna be no security to stop it or no camera people to stop it. Nah,
somebody
gonna
get her.
hurt.
Somebody gonna really harm that woman, and she don't realize you were playing with fire.
We don't want her to get hurt, but she's playing with fire. She is.
But origami ain't gonna save you.
They ain't gonna save her. B Stokes, hey girl, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. I was trying my best just to stay in the chat, but see, once you brought up Candice talking about Porsha, I couldn't take it no more. Because what bothers me is that you're so traumatized, but you have all this mouth, and we're supposed to sympathize. We're supposed to empathize. Now, you know, episode 10 after the beat down. All right, Candice, yeah, I mean, I understand you done got beat. Okay, episode 11. All right, episode 12. All right, 13, 14, 92. Hell, for like we over it at this point. It's been over a year. You've gotten counseling, clearly did not work. And then you're attacking people that were just giving their opinion, but you're the victim. It does not make sense to me. And I'm over it. Like, and I actually don't dislike Candice. And I've had people come to me and tell me, oh, you just sound crazy. What's crazy about, see, things have consequences. Actions, words have consequences. Okay? Now, she put herself up in the position to have a consequence, whether we agree with it or not. When you up in somebody's face, and if you're not about that life, sometimes things can happen. You didn't learn. Now you on the internet doing the same thing. You not learning from your, see, one thing about it, if you don't learn a lesson, you're going to keep repeating the test till you learn it.
Yeah.
She finna get popped again. Preferably not from Porsha. Preferably not, schoolboy, you done messed me up talking about the where she at. And I'm just saying, preferably not from a fan, but she's setting herself up, and it's aggravating to me. You can't feel sorry for it. Like, you just can't.
Can we send her like a warning? I don't follow her on Twitter. You may like her. I don't like her. Let's be clear. So, but I don't
know whether I like her, but I don't dislike her. Like, I'm very much so indifferent.
You can't warn her.
Yeah, she's on the fence.
Even her own husband, he's always in everybody's DMs, including mine. I don't respond to him. Talking mess. Hey, I really want to call you. We can fix this. We can rectify it. We can't fix shit, Mr. Chris Bassett. We can't. It's beyond that. Okay. He tells me, he says it himself. You can't get through to Candice. You cannot. No, I mean, she's seen people talk to her, try to reason with her. You cannot get through to her.
Do y'all remember that episode?
I remember that. But just hear me out 1 second. Like, I just think we could get her like a scared straight. Like, have y'all seen the last couple of wait. Have y'all seen the last couple of like fights that have gone viral? Did you see the two black ladies in Walmart? Because the one was popping her gums.
Yeah.
Did you see the guy yesterday with the white boy who kept calling the black dude the N-word and he slapped him with that can of beer? Like, I think we need to send her those two. And she'll see what happens in certain places when you run your mouth too much. Like, I think we can do it.
But you know what? I think
we can do it, y'all.
Candice is very cognizant of what she says, and she's very cognizant of what she does. And I'm at this point where you are, I think I'm 34 going on 35. Candice is what, 33, 34?
She might.
At some point in time in your life, you need to grow the hell up. And as a husband, you should be thoroughly embarrassed that you have a wife like that that's sitting on national TV, embarrassing not only herself but you in turn. So it does. But then see, I've heard some things about him too, because I've heard he's very racist. But and I've heard he said some disparaging things. So at the same time, you know, birds of a feather always flock together. So they didn't tell me that you is all squeaky clean and you married a woman like that. So y'all got a common niche there somewhere. where. I don't know where it is, but you can't keep saying, "Oh, your wife, my wife, help me understand." No. Your wife knows exactly what she's saying and what she's doing. You pluck and pluck and pluck, and so somebody pluck your ass,
No,
and then you don't like it.
Yeah, he knows. He knows he can't control it.
Exactly
So
you
it's just that
telling me
instance
white
of she
man
knows.
save your black wife complex. I'm not here for it.
So I have a question now. It makes so much sense. So that's why they're trying to overdo. Oh, he has a Brown Johnson. Oh, he likes R&B. His vows R&B. Overcompensating to trying to be a black dude. I thought it was a bit much. I'm like, okay, we get that you like black culture, but why are you overdoing it? Because they seem mismatched to me. They don't even seem like they like each other like that.
I think it's funny. I think it's I mean, you got to think about it too. When you meet these different women, and even Kenya Moore's lawyer said this: you're a black woman, you have money, and you have influence. Mm-hmm. For a man that is not even on that level, that's okay. Well, shoot, I can slide on in and get into these circles with these different people, and I can mingle, and I can come up, and I can do this, and the third. Same thing I felt about Grimace, aka Dennis, with Porsha. There was no way that he was really in her league, but the money and the way he was spending on her, buying the Rolexes, but he do this with everybody, but he knew that she had an inner circle that could get him into more circles around other people. It's a using mechanism. Now, I keep hearing that Chris is from some kind of prominent family and he's a trust fund kid.
False.
I'm trying to figure out what is
False.
that really true?
No, that completely false. Candiace pays his child support. That was a lie that Candiace put on the internet under one of her fake accounts. That's a complete lie.
So he ain't got no money.
Girl, he's unemployed. I mean, listen, Chris is one of those men that you meet that really is practically homeless and really doesn't have a place to stay.
Homosexual.
And then you pay warm bed and you pay their bills and they're just so madly in love with you. All right, but I want to address Miss Bev Ramos. I think her name is in the comments. You were talking about my pronunciation of egregious is the word. It was my Christmas Eve live where, to be honest with y'all, really wasn't even feeling that well, but I did not want to cancel it. So, just want to clown me, that's fine. But I can pronounce the word egregious. There you have it.
Oh, that was Wendy. That was Wendy in your comment section.
That was Miss Bev Ramos.
4 degrees.
4 degrees.
I didn't want to talk a lot, but I wasn't feeling that well.
Right.
I had a temperature too.
I was gonna also say the podcast where she was going in on Porsha, like more than. She was giving it more sauce than I feel like even Porsha gave it on the chat room. And the difference is Porsha was at least getting paid to do that. Like, she was at least getting paid to give her opinion. I guarantee you this podcast probably did not pay her for it, but you felt it was necessary to go on there and go that hard on Porsha just because she didn't agree with you. It's almost like if you don't agree with her, if you have a different opinion from her, then she feels it's okay to tear you down in that way. It's crazy to me, and honestly, her fans online seem to have that same mindset. It's a little sad.
They delusional, and they drinking that Kool-Aid, and I can't get with them.
They should be drinking Dose instead of Kool-Aid.
That Kool-Aid, and I drink Crown Royal, and then we just
water.
I don't understand how anybody can agree. Anybody can agree that Candiace has done something that any of that was right. That was. I mean, not gonna say it and keep saying, well, y'all just biased. Y'all just like Monique. I've been saying Monique was wrong. I said Monique was wrong putting hands on her, just like Candiace was wrong for cutting that woman up in the mouth. But at the same time, that woman had built up anger, and bitch, you deserve to get. You deserve to get beat down. And if you got that, you got what you deserve. But don't get upset. You crying 2 years later. I can't. And I'm like, really? The Mary Jane Post-it notes, we're going a little too far here. And that was just crazy.
That's the difference with emotionally evolved people, though, y'all. We most level-headed people who can honestly analyze things. You know, yeah, they do say this channel is biased. Monica has always said that Monique doesn't pay her. I just like to call in on my spare time, and she sure isn't paying me. But unlike Wendy, I'm willing to own up that I have lots of student loans, so she would like to pay me. That would be great. However, she's not paying me. I have two eyes and two ears, and I have watched this situation over and over. And as you said, schoolboy, Monique's quote-unquote supporters have all said 20,000 times Monique should not have hit her. When Monique, honestly, for me, when Monique started clipping her hair, I cringed.
Yeah,
because I was like, you shouldn't have did it. You shouldn't have touched it. But Candiace has not. She didn't do it in therapy. They didn't hold her feet to the fire so far in this reunion. In all of her interviews, she has yet to say, I did wrong. I went too far. I said too much. She will not own her actions. And until she can do that, she is going to stay stuck and stagnant where she is. And all of her people that support her. But you should never put your hands on somebody. It's like that's their line in the sand. Again, I don't know where y'all grew up. I wasn't quote unquote in the ghetto or poor. My mama was a middle class parent in Mississippi. I don't believe in fighting. I've never been in a fight in my life. But I know when you say too much to some people,
you know how to stay out there fight.
I understand the urge. I just don't do it because that's not me.
But when are we ever going to hold Candiace accountable for her using her words as weapons? Because words are weapons too.
They are.
They really are. They hurt and they cause people to react.
You saw how even when Andy kind of he didn't because I can't stand his messy ass either because he a messy ass queen too. When he kind of was like, you go a little bit too far on the internet, on Twitter. Don't you think you go a little too far? That was cold for like
warning shots.
Too far. Warning. Us looking at it, we're like, ooh, you doing?
He gonna get fired. That's what he was saying.
Warning, yeah.
He was
and
like,
it was like she got offended. Like, well, yeah, I do. Yeah. So you say, yeah, you do know that you go too far, but then you backtrack and then you try to stand in it. It's wrong. Don't go there if you're not really about that life and you don't want the smoke. Because I'm gonna tell you, it's a lot of people that we don't talk. Some people don't talk.
No, they don't. They don't know how to talk. All they know is hands, right?
The funny thing about it is,
bless you like Jamal doing these women. I'm gonna bless you in a whole nother way. I'm gonna bless you in a different type of way. I'm gonna bless you. When I bless you, you're not gonna like the way I bless you, and then you're gonna be upset. So Candiace needs to stop with the bullshit. Her and the mama, and then the mama gonna say, well, you need to sue. Dorothy, you just popped your daughter with the purse.
No, she said all she did was say bye girl, and she said her face went to the purse. I love Dorothy return. She said, I hit you.
That's the type of gaslighting that has Candiace emotionally and mentally where she is. She loves talking about, she loves talking about somebody else's upbringing and background. Baby, your mama worked you over so bad. I feel so bad for you. That's why you running up behind Karen like a lap dog. That's why you so hurt behind Karen and Monique. These are not normal emotional reactions to when a quote unquote friend betrays you. And it's because she puts too much stock and energy on other people. She wants them to be the mother she never had. You can't put that on people. You got to sit on that couch and get real and do it when the cameras ain't on, since because that's the other issue with her and Giselle. They are too invested in their image. We will never get the real Giselle or the real Candiace on this show. Or Wendy for that matter, because Wendy is very poised, by her training as a commentator. She's never going to give full Wendy. Candiace is never going to give full Wendy.
That's that Melody and Martell Hope image. Black folks have this. Some of us have this disease that's in our community of image. But you ain't really living up. You trying to show perfection, but you can't. Ain't nobody perfect. You flawed, we all messed up, we all toe up. you have to accept where you are and accept the growth and really work on it. I can't, I've really tried with Candiace, but I just, and then Giselle, I knew she was fake anyway from the jump because I knew her backstory. So that was you couldn't front me about you. So I already knew I was concerned about what she was going to give, which she really hasn't given much. But Candiace really do need to be very, very leery about it. This is a crazy, crazy, uncertain time. Folks is crazy as hell.
We're on edge.
And I know where she lived. Like I said, she lived on the Baltimore County, PG County line, Prince George's County line. And Baltimore County is very ghetto now since they moved all of the hood up out of the city into the county. And where she lives is, sweetie, you're not behind a gated community. You don't know people that found your address online. You are a public figure and don't think that you cannot be touched. I just really want her to really put her health and herself in a good space, because she gonna get hurt or her husband hurt in some kind of way by just being crazy online.
And he don't like he can fight either.
But
all I'm gonna say is, if I have to pick between being raised by Dorothy or Porsha's mom, I'm gonna pick Porsha's mom any day of the week. I'm just saying.
Damn.
Diane still look good. She out
Schoolboy said, "Shoot, that's the mama Diane."
Folks,
I'm like,
thank
Porsha,
you so much for joining us. I'm gonna put you in the backstage. I want to watch D on, okay, honey?
All right,
thank you so much, beautiful. Bye. Hey, D.
Hey, Monica. Hey, Ples. Hey, Bishop. Hey, Schoolboy.
Hey.
It's good to see you. So I want to try to say something about every little thing that's been going on. First of all, Kenya now. She barking up the wrong tree. Barking up the total wrong tree. In my opinion, I just think it's a storyline, because Kenya's never, ever come front out of her mouth what's really going on between her and Mark. So I think this is just like, she got to talk about something else. She don't want to come front of it. She don't want to talk about her arranged marriage. She don't want to talk about the fakeness that's going on, that he don't want her. So she needs to put something else in there. It didn't matter who it was. Anybody that she felt like, oh, I can jab at them this season, I can jab at them, she's going to do it. This is her thing for the season. She has nothing going on. But she's barking up the wrong tree. Like I said before, it doesn't matter. To me, it does not matter if they doing it for a storyline, if publicity, whatever Porsha's doing, she's still bringing awareness. It does not matter. You use the celebrities. That's what you're supposed to do. That's who we watching. Look what it's done. So I don't see nothing wrong with what Porsha's doing. Do it, Porsha. She's doing it for us. She's doing it for Kenya's daughter. She's doing it for everybody. So I think that is it's disgusting. It's disgusting. And the reunion, I think they're gonna chew her up. So I'm waiting for that. Okay, oh man, I'm waiting for that. I want to see. I don't think she's going to apologize now, but I don't think she's going to go so far as the triangle, tissue triangles. I don't think she's going to go that far, but I definitely think she's going to try to deflect, but she's going to feel it. She's going to feel it, because you're an adult, you with a child now. That is just disgusting. So that's my opinion on that. And Ray J, come on now. Everybody know Ray J like a little book of sugar. Everybody know that. Ray J, it's nothing new. It's nothing new with Ray J. And yes, Princess, you should have left him the moment he pulled you in that pool. Period. So you there where you were supposed to be. Really, you there where you're supposed to be. And why would you take him back after you filed a divorce anyway? After everything you've been through, why would you take him back? That was just plain stupid. So, honey, you sit in it. That's just how I feel about her. She should sit in it. You know what I'm saying? Wipe it up, clean it up, sit in it again. That's just how I feel. And now, Candiace. Now, I be trying with her. I swear, every episode I try with her, but child, she is a pure, immature little girl to me. That's all I see is a little girl. For her, anybody that does not agree with her, you not feeling some kind of way, not crying with her in the corner, not folding up her tissues, it's not her way. And that to me is what little girls do. It's just like, you're not my friend if you're her friend. What did you expect? Like, the whole season, I couldn't understand why she wanted Karen to just have her back. Like, hello, Karen told you she's neutral. Everyone said it, just like Plaid said. Everyone said it. Monique was wrong. She should never. I wanted to just refrain so bad. The moment she flicked that hair, the moment she going, I was like, come on, Monique, don't do it. Don't give her what she wants. Look at her. She need a new home. She ain't have a honeymoon. Come on, don't give it to her. That whole time, but at the end of the day, she has never owned up to it. She has never owned up to nothing. No matter therapy, no nothing. All she can do is fold tissues and keep it moving. And I think it's sick that at the reunion they was not holding her accountable, like, at all. Like, I was like, really? She got to know to say to Andy, well, your tweets are bad. Well, thank you. Like, what kind of shit is that? Like, I just couldn't believe her. So I just can't. And I'm kind of sorry she's coming back, but I think they.
Oh, we lost you a little bit.
We lost you.
Want to shoot her live again this season too. So I remember. Oh, can you hear me, guys?
Yeah,
well, I don't want to keep you guys too much time, so I just wanted to. Okay, I don't want to keep you guys too long, but that's just what I had to say about that. Like, I think it's a whole mess. I'm so tired of Candiace. Seriously, like, I'm tired of skipping through her episodes. I'm tired of skipping through her. Like, I'm just tired. So we just hang it up with her flat screen. I just can't take it.
Yeah.
So yes, but I love you, Monica. Hey, Plas. Hey, Bishop. You guys did a great job.
All right.
So I'm gonna sit back. And I'm gonna listen.
Okay,
all right,
you guys go follow Dee on YouTube. She does mukbangs. Well, she hung up. Tell them to follow her. All right, y'all. Oh my goodness. What else should we cover? See, Sunday I want to come back on here with this group, the Bishop, Ples, and Schoolboy. Bishop, please DM me on Instagram. I was looking for you for the past couple of days.
I'm on Twitter. I actually follow you on Twitter.
Okay, well, send me a PM, a message on Twitter, my inbox. Send me a message there. I want to talk about RHOP casting and what is going on and all the rumors, etc. Because there's just so many rumors flying around. So we can get stuff, clarified Sunday. So I would think about maybe let's meet here about maybe 4 p.m. Eastern. Does that time work for all of y'all?
I'm on the West Coast. Should I be 12?
Oh, that would be 1 o'clock, I think.
Okay, I think I can be around here at 1 o'clock. Yeah.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I want to address some things, but I don't want to keep us too long because the reunion Sunday is 90 minutes. And let me tell you, I got to take notes. I got to watch it twice because the show Monday is going to be epic, y'all. Oh.
Yeah. I'm here for it just based off of the preview. Chris cut Andy and his little cheesy side talk off real quick.
He's like, let's go get to this mess. See, me and Chris, that's my brother from another mother, because I'm the same way. I don't want no small talk when it's something serious on the table. No, let's get to it. We're gonna have to hash this out because y'all didn't talk way too much. For me, at least I feel like he is the right dude. And he's exemplifying this is what you do when someone coming at your family and at your wife. You have their back. And he told his wife she was wrong when she got in a fight with Candiace. I felt the same way too. I'm like, you shouldn't have done that. I'm friends with her husband. You know what I mean? Like, you wrong for that. But at the same time, if I watch the show, I'm like, oh, that makes sense, baby. Because Candiace did grab her shirt because they showed it finally. She was the first person to grab the shirt. When she did the, the whole flicking and they was going back and forth. That's why the course dropped, because it was back and forth. It wasn't just one thing, but I didn't like that. I like, you should have done it, Monique. No, don't do it.
Well, like I said in a previous video, Maryland law states that if a person that has a violent or an aggressive background approaches you and argues with you, you have the right to immediately defend yourself. That means pull out a gun, whatever you got to do to defend yourself. Drag that person, hit that person because you feel threatened. That's what the law states. That's why both cases were thrown out. Candiace was antagonizing. Monique felt threatened based on Candiace's prior violent behavior, pulling knives on people. Listen, I would defend myself too.
She had a right to. So I mean, I don't understand why people can't see that. And then this delusional thought that, oh, well, I said, if you was in that situation, you gonna tell me that if somebody had a broken piece of glass and cut you up in the mouth, you're gonna sit there and you ain't gonna defend yourself. I call BS.
Yeah. Or that you're letting
sitting up here telling me that they wouldn't put their hands on people. You's a damn lie. You's a damn lie. Because in the heat of the moment, and somebody tests your gangster like that, and they test you, and they've been testing you, and they talked about your child, they said certain things about your family, and and you done built it up.
Yeah,
that's BS for you to tell me that you just walked away. Hell no, you wouldn't have walked away. Let's stop that narrative, because Candiace pushed and prodded until she got what she wanted. You tried that woman when she was pregnant. Now, can everybody go back to when she tried that woman when she was pregnant?
Yep.
How soon we forget? And remember,
and that,
didn't Giselle and Robin run up in Ashley's place of business trying to fight her over Juan? Women have done this before.
Let's not forget Robin. Y'all, if y'all go back to reunion 2, I think it's probably 2, because Monique's first year. She said when the cameras she thought would stop rolling, she said, "I'm about to whoop this BA." And I was like, Robin's the most most aggressive one on this show. Let's be real about that. I can't stand Candice, but Robin will throw hands, and Robin trying to play like we don't do violence. Go back to year 2, and let's not play games, Robin, because you was about to beat up Ashley at the reunion.
Exactly.
So let's play like you ain't no fighter. They get all sanctimonious when the years come by.
That's why I keep saying they take it's because the hate for Monique is so deep. And my thing is, I will respect you more as a woman if you just said, I just don't like that woman. Just say you don't like the woman. Because the woman ain't done nothing to you.
The thing you just said was a woman. That is she ain't.
Right.
All 3 of them ain't.
Right. Fake and phony to the core. And, they believe in the gang up and the bullying. It was very obvious they was trying to ice Monique out in hopes that Bravo would fire her. Because if you don't get any camera time and no one's willing to film with you, they gonna let you go. But you know what? Monique is a child of God, and God had bigger plans. Yeah. And she is back on that show. She has signed her contract, and there you have it, haters.
And they lost Karen and Ashley in the process on being on their side. So now it's gonna be split half and half with the camera time.
And so I will never warm back up to her because listen, Giselle is a puppet for them producers. She will do and say anything they want her to say. If they want her to make up with Monique, she'll make up with Monique.
She's Pastor Holy Whore's wife. 2 birds of a feather flock together. Okay, she whore for the cameras. He whore with the women. She gonna whore for them cameras too.
She got to finish paying for the house.
Please don't get started on this house.
Get the supplies. She's a damn lie. They still building houses out here during COVID. You broke, okay? You pulling a Sheree Whitfield. We've been here before. We've been here.
Is that what?
You pulling a Sheree Whitfield. We know we've been here before. You ain't got no money. Just say you ain't got no money. We will be okay. Just say you ain't got no money, okay? We understand.
She did. I'm gonna tell you when she said it. When Monique said, "Baby, I don't need this little check because my husband makes money. If you go back, pay attention to Giselle's face. I need my check."
Right. Her face always like that ever since that binder.
But what is she doing with her money? Because she get 2 checks. She get RHOP and the chat room.
What
did you got enough money to go to Lowe's and get you some lumber?
Remember the chat room just came on this last few. It hasn't been on. Only starting this fast. What only 4 or 5 episodes of that?
Yeah.
Well, they got extended, so I think it's been about 12 now. It's been about 3 or 4 months. But anyway, it's enough for her to go to the Lowe's and get some supplies. That ain't no and home goods, because that's all that decor is. It's home. I don't even know if it's home goods. That decor.
It's not even home goods. It's more like
home goods sell good stuff.
It's like more like Five Below. It's more like Five Below.
And Five Below is too good for that. That's
Hobby Lobby.
I don't even know what that is. That's lower than IKEA. I don't even know.
I think she has a few good pieces in there. But what had happened was, when you got ready, you just see everything, and I want it all. So in her mind, I could just take all these pieces and put it in here because I like it. It's like when you do makeup and you got too many colors on, and you got the lashes, and you got red lipstick, but you got blue eyeshadow, and then when you put it together, it look a whole mess. That's probably what it was.
You gotta stop buying them $800 rhinestone Gucci headbands and get a couch or something.
I think that was real.
Ooh, that short man in that short car, because Jamal and that little Mini Cooper. I said, "Ooh, that says a lot about you." Like you couldn't even get a 3 Series. You got a Mini Cooper, like bro, like ugh. Like,
and that was a hand-me-down. That was a hand-me-down car because that was Jamal's car. He didn't just buy it for her. He used to drive that car around and gave it to her. Yeah. Bridget said, I'm going to need some Mila oils to get through the rest of the reunion. Yes, y'all please go order some Mila oils. Monique's essential oil line is amazing. Oh my goodness. Yep, it really is. And also, too, tomorrow, Monique is premiering her new video.
I'm ready.
Not on her Not for Lazy Moms YouTube channel. It's on her T channel.
Her real
T channel. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's where she's going to be dropping that video. Y'all don't want to miss it. Don't want to miss it. 6 wardrobe changes. 6. Wow. Yeah. All right, y'all. We are going to wrap things up. Are y'all stuck? The Bishop, are you stuck? I think the Bishop's stuck.
I think
yeah. Okay, he's stuck. Plas, do you have any parting words?
Nothing. I love y'all. I hope you all had a great Christmas or whatever your holiday is that you serve. I hope Santa gave you everything. Santa definitely gave me everything with our Christmas Eve cast with all of the tea there, and then coming back again here today to fellowship. It's all fun for me, y'all. I love y'all, and I'm just glad that we can share ideas and enjoy each other over all of this reality TV. It's great.
Definitely so. Princess, thank you for joining us today. I just love your comments.
Thank you.
Every
I love
time-
talking to y'all.
Thank you. And your hair, everything. I love the hair color too, child. I just love it.
Too.
At some point.
I'm gonna stick with this for a little while. But
yeah, not everyone can play that, can get away with it, but it looks really good on you.
Okay.
It does.
Thank you. I couldn't call in on New Year's Eve. I was trying to not New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve. I was watching, but I was trying to get this house ready for Christmas.
Same.
I was trying to get my baby's gift. I was sitting there making his gift and whatnot. So, but I definitely
know. Yep. All right, sweetheart. I had a fever Christmas Eve and I didn't want to cancel the live, and I still had to go shopping. So when I hopped off the live, I had an hour. The stores were closing in an hour. I had an hour to literally finish up my shopping. So I was a mess. I don't know if y'all could tell or not, but I was only myself. Schoolboy, any parting words, friend?
I mean, y'all find me on Twitter. I'll be talking all the mess on Twitter. I can't do that on Instagram, and I can't do it on Facebook, So I'll be on Twitter acting a fool, my screen name is there. And I talk about all things reality. I'm glad everybody had a wonderful, wonderful, blessed Christmas and happy holidays. Hope everybody has a great New Year's as well. Stay safe. Don't get caught out here with that corona because it's real.
It is.
My grandmother just got out of the hospital with quadruple pneumonia and on top of that COVID.
Wow.
So I will say that it is very much so real.
Praise God. It's very real.
And just watch out who's breathing on you lately. Just wash your hands, practice good hygiene, and keep doing what you do.
Absolutely. Wear your mask.
Your grandma's still here.
I'm glad too, because they said if she had waited one more day, she probably wouldn't be alive. They don't know how she made it.
Oh my goodness. Praise God.
Yeah, nothing God.
Ooh. Praise God. Bishop, any parting words?
I enjoy being on here, and I'm glad to see each and every one on the panel, the chat room, and like what Schoolboy was saying, that's real because I have family members that have it. You know what I mean? And I have my a close family member of mine. His mother passed away from it, from the top of the virus. When it happened in March. And he lost his mother in his first year without her. So it's like, it's very, it's cut very deep. And I know a lot of people that passed away. So it's like death all the way around. And just dealing with that, it's like depressed up and down this whole year for me. So it's like, it's real. You know what I mean? And people take care of yourself. You know what I mean? Because you only have one life. And once it's gone, it's gone.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you. And don't forget to send me a message on Twitter. I'm going
to do it right now.
Right?
All right.
I was asking Schoolboy Plas, y'all know how I can get in contact with the Bishop? I was like, I don't know.
I was like, it's my first time seeing him.
Right. I'll
come here. We got to talk to the Bishop. Hey, guys, listen, thank y'all so much for rocking with us on a Saturday night after Christmas. I hope everyone had a nice joyous Christmas. I know it's a tough year for a lot of people out there. We're talking about the virus and stuff. I lost my dad and my uncle 2 weeks apart due to COVID back in April. So I understand. I know what it's like and what everyone's going through. And so many people have lost their jobs and, family members. I love you all. I love you all. And I thank y'all so much for, coming on here, spending time with us, because you don't have to spend time with us. You don't have to be here and participating and being so funny and so kind and so engaging. Even the haters, we love y'all too.
You make us famous.
Oh, that's right. Hey, let your haters be your motivators. But I want y'all to have a good evening. Stay safe. Be blessed. I'll see y'all tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, which is 1 p.m. Pacific time, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Which is 3 p.m. Central Time. And we're talking RHOP casting, all the rumors. I'm answering all the questions. And I'll see y'all then. And then on Monday, we are doing the recap, which is going to be epic, right? 3 p.m. Eastern. Stay safe.
Wait.
I cannot. Oh, girl.
Right.
I cannot
wait.
I cannot wait. And when I tell y'all it's going to be epic, it is going to be epic. Have a safe evening, y'all. Love you. Bye.
Right.
Bye.